Hello, superstars! You have made it back for the last of my video series, and congratulations. That is a huge commitment, and you are going to feel a huge shift after today's video because we are going to do a guided meditation. So prepare now and make sure your phone is shut off so you don't get interrupted. Let me get my screen share going, and we're gonna rock and roll. There we go. The intro video was really focused on fight, flight, freeze, or flaunt, and how that keeps us trapped. The second video that I did explained how the 5 steps of flaunt reconnected you to your naked self-worth and set you free from that self-help cycle, free from always internalizing whatever went wrong and of always trying to fix yourself. Today, I'm going to show you how to break free from overwhelm and untangle yourself from judgment so you can let go of feelings of bitterness or resentment and finally be free to live your life your own way. Women in particular really have a tendency to take on way too much and then to fall into resentment that nobody is noticing everything that they do. After a lifetime of keeping all of the plates spinning, often at my own expense, I finally figured out how to overcome that story in my head that I was the only one who could take care of everything, and then disentangle myself, disentangle, is that a word? Untangle myself from the toxic idea that I was only worthy if I did everything for everyone. What if I could show you that nothing in the story of what it means to be a worthy woman that we grew up with has any truth to it at all? Think about Cinderella. We are not Cinderella. We are not supposed to be sitting around waiting for our fairy godmother to rescue us or waiting for our prince to notice how amazing we are. We are adults. We are capable and we can take ourselves to the ball whenever we're ready to go to the ball. And if other people want to go too, they are perfectly capable of getting themselves ready to go. Women overfunction, and overfunctioning is a distraction from owning our power and stepping into our greatness. When we get tangled up in that judgment and that overwhelm, we really shut ourselves down and we end up in this completely negative cycle where we start getting all judgmental and gossipy and self-righteous about other people who are living their purpose, really because we are jealous. Let me minimize me so you can see all my cute pictures here. I love this one. This is one of my favorite pictures because this is my life. I know this was my life, and I know from my experiences and because many of the women that I work with as a coach and hypnotherapist tell me some version of the same story. That life is too busy, that we've got to take care of everything for everyone else. Could it be time to let go of that story and to write yourself a new story with yourself in the leading role? Now, I don't want you to start feeling guilty, like you've messed it all up and that you've bought into the story, because you haven't. The struggle is real. I did a little bit of research, and women shoulder 2.6 times the amount of emotional labor that men do, and they do more work around the house even when they have a full-time job as well. It's a similar story at work too. Women work just as hard, if not harder than men, because they're always trying to overcome the perception that women, and especially women with children, are less committed to their career than men. So it's not an illusion. You do more. And that's, again, circling back to video number 2, that's why women fall into that self-help trap so easily. And if it wasn't for me being able to reconnect to my naked self-worth through the 5 steps of flaunt, My dreams might have died on the vine too, but they didn't. And yours don't have to either. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. And it doesn't matter how many jobs or kids or unsupportive partners you have. You are an adult, and it's time for you to make your own decisions. Why isn't my little thing advancing? Ah, there we go. Whoopsie. All right. You are ready to live your sparkle. Why? If you were intrigued by the idea of living your sparkle, by the idea of enjoying your life instead of just managing it, or if you've ever had a moment where you were totally self-confident and in complete control, but then got crushed or completely withered because of somebody else's judgmental comment, then you are ready to live your sparkle. Remember my judge story where I went from being on top of my law school class to never setting foot in a courtroom again because of one unfair comment? Yes, you are ready if you've had an experience like that. Imagine how it would feel to be so clear about yourself and your desires that you were truly no longer afraid of judgment. If you're thinking, gotta move this again. If you were thinking, I don't know if that can work for me, Laura, dysfunction truly does run deep in my family. You thought you were trapped, but I really am. Or if you still have this story going on in your head that I really do care what other people think. I really just want to make them happy because pleasing them pleases me. I hear you. I want to take good care of my family too. I do enjoy pleasing people, but I promise your situation can still get better. You can still take care of other people and enjoy your life. And I also promise that your family is no more dysfunctional than mine was. And when you reconnect to your naked self-worth, people will start respecting you more and they will start liking you more, and you will all be happier together because you will all be living your purpose instead of stuck in a people-pleasing or codependent cycle. On top of that, overlaying the 5 steps of flaunt onto your life really does help everybody else, which gives you and everybody around you more free time. All righty. What you need to untangle yourself from the story in your head does not take a lot of effort. Right now, I bet you can name at least 5 other women who have it harder than you have it right now, but they're doing way more because they don't have the luxury of making excuses. They just have to do it, so they do. Distraction is truly a privilege, and it's not a coincidence that people like Oprah or J.K. Rowling, who really do have it hard and who have so much to overcome, make it so big so fast. They do because they don't have a choice. You have the choice to stay stuck and distracted and resentful, or you can untangle yourself and thrive. Yes, finding your naked self-worth again is a commitment, but it's not that hard. There's no shame, but how many times a day do you check your social media? In 2019, the average person spent 2.5 hours a day on social media. If you break it down, that's like adding a massage and a yoga class to your day every single day. And I guarantee that most people claim they don't have the time for that. Naked self-worth doesn't take time. It's overlaying the 5 steps of flaunt onto your existing life. So point blank, if you're on social media for more than 10 minutes a day, you have the time to flaunt. You have the time to reconnect to your naked self-worth. It is truly just a choice. Do you want to stay stuck and fall into kind of petty gossip and constantly trying to fix yourself and finding a new program or doing things for other people that they can legitimately do for themselves? Or do you want to change? My come to Jesus moment happened 2 months before my youngest child graduated from high school. For years, I had been really busy or distracted, taking care of my family and supporting my husband in his career. I was really, really looking forward to empty nesting because it was going to be my first opportunity to finally do things for me. It was also going to allow me the chance to travel with my husband, which I had always really wanted to do, but I couldn't do because who would take care of things while I was gone? 2 months before graduation, I found out that my cherished husband of 23 years had been having affairs with 5 women over the past 15 years, and that nothing I believed to be true actually was. Yes, it devastated me on every level. And had I not been at least a little connected to my naked self-worth, I don't know how I would have gotten through it. It was so bad. I had graduation to deal with. I had all of these end of year activities that I really did want to enjoy, and I deserved to enjoy them. I also had my other son's 20th birthday. I had Easter. I had to figure out if I was going to divorce and move on, or if I was going to try to repair my marriage, and who was I and who was he? And then I had everybody else's judgment about what I should and shouldn't do. It was truly an awful time that I never wish on anybody, but it allowed me to cut through all of the distraction. I had to stop over functioning because I could barely take care of myself. And I had to untangle from everybody else's judgment about what they would do if they caught their spouse cheating. Without question, I am more solid in myself now because of that experience, and I sparkle brighter. I will tell you that I wake up every day with enthusiasm and excitement, even when I know it's not going to be a great day, because I am connected to what really matters. Me, my joy, my worth. I know I can handle anything. Has this pandemic been difficult? Of course, but it's not that big of a deal because I know I can handle it. It doesn't matter what has beaten you down, if it's cancer, or if it's a diagnosis, if it's a job loss, whatever it is, the loss of a child and miscarriage, the state of the world. I know you can connect to your naked self-worth and that you'll be fine. Better than fine, actually. You'll be happy because you will be so solid in who you are. And maybe for the first time ever, you'll actually be able to be who you are. Working through my husband's infidelity was awful, but untangling myself from the judgments, from everything within me that told me I must have been to blame. I was finally able to see that his cheating had nothing to do with me. It had to do with him. And like I talked about in video 2, I was left in this place where I had nothing to fix in myself because it was not about me, it was about him. And that allowed me to be so clear that then I was able to hold space for him so that he could start healing his trauma from his abusive childhood. So I implore you, don't wait until your cancer diagnosis. Don't wait until the disclosure about infidelity. Don't wait for anything. Connect to your naked self-worth and find your sparkle now, or you might not have the choice. Remember what I talked about with fight, flight, or freeze. Don't start fast and burn out. Don't give up on your entire life, and don't numb out on social media. Take the lead in your life and start dancing today. Now, this is where the guided meditation comes in. We are going to talk about your two futures. Get comfortable right now. Breathe. The first breath, I want you to relax physically. The legs, the arms, the head, and the body. Breathe again and relax your mind, which is probably spinning from my story, from all of the information that's coming at you. And breathe. And relax your spirit. Relax your energy body. And just be. In your mind, imagine that you can see yourself as you are right now. Your clothes, your hair, the room around you. I want you to visualize or pretend that it's at the end of this video and you're getting up and you're making the choice not to change anything. You're making the choice to continue on just as things have always been. Eating the same foods, cooking the same meals, having the same conversations with the same people. Making the bed, washing the laundry, having the same fights over and over again with the same people. Because nothing has changed. And unless you change, nothing will change. Just like you were watching one of those old VHS tapes, imagine fast forwarding through your life, through the next year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, all the way to the end of your life with nothing changing. How do you feel? Are you satisfied with the way your life went? Were you able to reach your full potential? Is there any regret? Was your life a little bit hollow? What is your legacy if nothing changes? Breathe. Relax and let go of that vision. Completely pass it and relax. If you need to move your body a little bit, do that, but breathe. Pass it. And come back to the present moment. The chair beneath you, the room around you. Feel and see your clothing, your hair, your makeup. And just like you did in an earlier video, when you thought about a time where you were fully connected to your sparkle, think about that time. Think about how you felt, how your body moved, how you breathed, how you smiled when you felt unstoppable and confident and worthy. Move into those feelings through your breath, through your body, by circling your shoulders, by maybe expanding your chest and feeling your heart blossom, and anchor those feelings in with a full and complete breath. And then silently repeat the word sparkle to yourself and feel it and taste it and anchor it into your being. And then when you do, choose a different path. Choose to do things differently. Choose to let go of resentment. Choose to let go of judgment. Choose to reconnect to your naked self-worth and to flaunt every day. And then once again, fast forward into the next year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, all the way to the end of your life, where you have changed, where you have chosen you, and where you have lived your sparkle, where you have untangled from the stories. And as you fast forward, see the ropes and the ribbons and the chains, whatever it is, falling off of you. And you might even hear the clunk or sense the pressure change as things fall off of you as you move into a future that is wholly your own, untangled from judgment. Breathe that in and see yourself once again at the end of your life, where you have constantly chosen to untangle and to stay connected to your worth and to your sparkle. How does your life end now? Feel the satisfaction of a life well lived, of a life where you have played full out and been fully present, where you've manifested your full potential, where you have been fully realized. What is your legacy now? Now that you have had the courage to be who you are, where you've had the courage to not limit yourself based on the idea of what others expected, and feel how good that feels. In a moment, I'm going to count you up, and you will remain connected to this legacy, to this choice, to this feeling of satisfaction and wholeness. And you will remember the turning point that happened today, because the turning point did happen today. You will remember this power. You will know that naked self-worth is your birthright, and it has been in you all along. This is your year to flaunt. Make it count. Breathe and relax. Let 0 be your deepest place of relaxation. 1, starting to wake up. 2, being fully connected to yourself and your sparkle. 3, choosing you. 4, playing full out from this point forward. And 5, eyes open, wide awake. Breathe in that sparkle, breathe in that choice, and congratulate yourself for taking the first step in claiming your power, your worth, and your enthusiasm for life. Remember that reclaiming your sparkle is doable for anyone. It just takes the decision, and you already made that decision. Over the last few days, I've taught you everything that you need to know. I've taught you exactly how to connect to your naked self-worth, but I can't teach you everything that I know about naked self-worth and finding your sparkle and the 5 steps of flaunt in 4 videos. And I know it's easy to fall into that self-help trap and get tangled up in everybody else's drama and to push your dreams aside just for a moment so you can go take care of everybody else. And that's why I am here. I will be holding your hand and showing you how to make different choices for when times get tough, for when years like 2020 happen. And I am here to help you rewire your brain for more joy, so you can strip out of everything that's holding you back and stay untangled from everybody else's toxic judgment permanently, so you can live your sparkle no matter what is going on around you and stop feeling overwhelmed bitter, and resentful. Remember when I talked about New Year's resolutions? Most people make the same resolution year after year and nothing changes. Isn't it time to stop making the same few resolutions year after year? If you're tired of getting knocked down, of feeling like it's never going to be your turn, or if you're particularly afraid that you're running out of time, let me help you go further, faster, so you don't waste the next 10 years sputtering along like I did throughout my 30s and half of my 40s. If you're curious, I've got the program for you. I'm going to show you the details of my life choreography coaching package. This package will help you figure out exactly who you are, what you want, and how to get there while staying fully connected to your naked self-worth and having the joy of living the 5 steps of flaunt every day. That way, you will no longer have to feel bitter, resentful, or overwhelmed because you'll be free from everybody else's judgment and fully connected to who you are. In this package, what you will get is 5 90-minute life choreography sessions, which include a combination of intuitive hypnotherapy and laser-focused coaching. Rewiring the mind takes time. In your first session, you will recognize and release everything that's holding you back, and we will instill a sense of clarity and confidence so you can move through this process with grace and ease. You'll also get a daily 3-minute or a daily 2-minute journal where you'll have a guided prompt that will help you uncover deep-seated beliefs that you might not even know exist. Your next session will focus on revealing who you are inside, uncovering your purpose. And here's where you'll get that 3-minute meditation that helps you shift from a state of doing into a state of being. Your next session, we will re-choreograph your entire life. Yes, your entire life in accordance with who you are and what you want. And you will get a daily 5-minute movement video that helps you move and integrate all of those shifts into your being. Now, wrapped around these 3 sessions, this package starts and finishes with life choreography visioning sessions. The first visioning session really helps you plan out who you are and where you want to be. And the last one breaks down your next year into systematic quarters. So you will be sure to get everything that you want. This is not self-help. This is a systematic, proven program that helps you envision, break down, plan, and get what you want. So by the end of this program, what you're going to create is yourself. You are going to create exactly who you authentically are inside, which for most people, they have never had the opportunity to do. Most people have never had a chance to create who they are because they've been so busy living up to their parents' expectations and their teachers' expectations and their partners' expectations and their employers' expectations. You are going to create yourself, probably for the first time ever. And what you'll be able to do through that process is get really clear and confident on who you are and what you deserve. So you can stop people pleasing and stop proving yourself and stop always trying to fix yourself and internalize everybody else's problems. You'll untangle yourself from toxicity, from drama, from judgments and opinions from others, because you will know without question where you begin and where others end. And because of this, you'll also empower them to step up and live their best lives as well. And for anybody who's got kids or partners that they really care about, this is huge. And then lastly, you'll be able to live fully and freely without inhibition or fear. So you can finally be seen and known and loved for who you are, which means you get to quit struggling with imposter syndrome. Quit worrying that you're not enough. Even when things go wrong and you get totally thrown for a loop, I promise you will never fall into despair, confusion, or paralysis again, because you will be so clear on who you are and what you want. It is an amazing thing to live free, to live from a place of what you want as opposed to what you are avoiding. And when that shift happens, you are truly able to do and have and be everything because you know what is important. And life is so much simpler. Now, purchased separately, all of these sessions cost $2,466, but stick with me because you know I am not going to charge you all that. This has been an insane year, and I am doing everything that I can to make life more palatable for everyone. This year, I'm giving you special 2020 pricing. I'm giving you the full program at $1,966, which is $500 off. And stick with me again, because I feel so strongly that the world right now needs us all to become the best versions of ourselves that we can be. If you sign up within 7 days, I'm throwing in 2 bonuses that normally sell for $300 each. So that is an additional $600 that you are getting for free. The first bonus is my virtual Intro to Lap Dance class, which is something that you do for yourself, not for others, unless it brings you a ton of joy to share it with others. And it's fun because it puts you back in touch with your body and loving yourself again. My second bonus is the Voxer support package, which gives you personal one-on-one support from me for all of those times throughout this process that you feel frustrated or have questions or need a little extra support. It means that I will literally have your back every step of the way. And for most people, we can't even imagine how good that feels because nobody has ever had our back 100% of the way. I know what it's like to lose your sparkle. You have caught glimpses of what it could be like to recapture that sparkle and live fully connected to your power and your enthusiasm and your worth. And I want to remind you, 1 year from now, how good it can be. Or if you choose to stay the same, how the same that will be. Remember the vision, remember the feel of that guided meditation, and know that the choice is yours and that the turning point has already happened. All you need is naked self-worth through the 5 steps of flaunt. I know that change is a really big thing. I know that it's really hard to decide. And because of that, I'm also offering a free 30-minute discovery call with me where we can get together on the phone or on Zoom and talk about what this looks like for you. We can talk about what's going on inside you. We can talk about what's going on in your life. And we can figure out if investing in the life choreography package is right for you right now. But remember, the bonuses expire in 7 days. My free discovery call expires in 7 days. And 2020 pricing expires at the end of the month. So go to www, you know that part, calendly.com/Laura's-schedule and book your call with me today. 2 futures are waiting. You made the choice, and I can't wait to visit with you and see how this goes. Thank you for sticking with me through this entire series. I know that you experienced some amazing choices. Have a great week and remember to flaunt. Bye.